Hey everybody, welcome back to Bird Nest Farms. This is week 8 of our 2022 beekeeping series. Just like the last few weeks, we're going to jump in this week and take a look at our hives, make sure that we got space. We're staying on top of our beetles, our hive beetles, and our wax moths. So also, I'm not going to say a whole lot. Let's just jump into it. I would suggest that you go to the comment section and look in there. We've been having a lot of comments back and forth about things that I miss or people adding different things that they see. And I definitely encourage anybody that's got something to add, a knowledgeable beekeeper, if you got something you want to add for people to note. I'm learning just like you guys. So if you've got something to add, please feel free to jump into the comments section. Also look on the timestamps if you want to jump around to specific topics in there. We've been doing that for the last few weeks. Anyway, so let's jump into it real quick. We'll jump into those hive inspections. All right, so this is William's hive. Last time we checked William's hive, we noticed that there was quite a bit of queen cells in here. So hopefully by now the queen has been hatched, come out, been mated, and returned back. So hopefully today we'll see some eggs in the hive. So I'm just looking down here at this honey super. It does not look like they need an additional honey super. Yeah, so there's plenty of room in here. It does look like they've cleaned it up pretty good, but they haven't even started to put honey in it. I'm try to jump on down to the next honey super. Yeah, so this one's totally full all the way across. This honey super's looking good. Alright, lots of bees in here. So we're seeing lots of new comb in here. All the way across. Let me take one frame out. Honey all the way across. It's a really heavy frame, so I see an additional, okay, I see eggs in the bottom. I see a queen cell here. I don't know if you'll be able to see too well. So this is the queen cell. There we go. So you can see that there is some larvae in there. There is a larva in there. And then in the bottom, hopefully you can see some eggs. And then the very bottom. And of course you got some drone brood there. If you look in the bottom of those cells, there's some eggs down there. So looks like we've got a queen. That's really good news. We were talking last week about one of these queen cups, and somebody mentioned in the comments that once they place an egg in there, it's no longer a queen cup, it's a queen cell. So hopefully you guys are looking down in the comments section and looking in at some of what other folks are saying, because there's a lot of really good information in there. So let me put this one back together and we'll jump on to the next one. Alright, so this is Clair's hive. If you remember last video, we caught the swarm, the little capture, a little bee wrangling. we thought was from a swarm from William's hive. So we're going to jump on in here and see how they have been doing. It was a pretty good sized swarm. So I'm glad that we were able to make that capture. Wow, they really propagate as well. So one thing to note so far is I've checked several hives, and I haven't seen any hive beetles. So that's great news. We really haven't done anything to mitigate it this year. Maybe it's still a little early, but I'm not seeing any hive beetles. So I talked to Dakota about it, and he said that he had seen one in his hive inspections. So that's great news. So what they've done is they've filled most of this out as well. And it's feeling really heavy, which tells me it's probably full of honey, and it is full of honey. A little bit of burr comb going on in here that I'll have to kind of take care of. So I'll just break the cells down and let them build it back. Let's see here. So far all I'm seeing is honey. And there's some eggs right there in the bottom. So let me see if I can get you a shot of this with today's lighting issues. So the eggs are going to be I lost them. Okay. Thought I saw eggs. Maybe I was just wishful thinking. No, there's eggs in there. Okay. They're just really hard to see. Yeah, okay. Let's see if I can get a shot. Okay. So if you look right in there, you should be able to see some eggs in the bottom. It's very hard to see them with the lighting issues today, but there are some in there. We'll look a little bit further. Quite a bit of bees in here, which is really good. And I will need to add a super to this one, which I'm surprised that I need to add a super, but it's good news. So if you hadn't seen the video, it's doing this capture. Look at the prior video I posted, and you can see we actually kind of caught a glimpse of the queen going in, which was pretty cool. So I'm going to put this one back together, and I got to go back to get a super. I didn't bring enough supers with me, which is a good problem to have. So let me put this back together and get another super, and we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so this is Michael's hive. Let's jump on in to Michael's hive and see what kind of activity he's got going on today. Yep, did it again. I really have a hard time opening these inner covers and top covers without jerking it. Maybe I'll take a little bit of time and figure out a better way. So lots and lots of bees up here on the top, which makes me think that they're going to need a super. There we go. Maybe if I just take my time a little bit, I'll do a better job. Again, no hive beetles here, so it's kind of what we've been seeing. Oh yeah, they're all the way full all the way across here. So that's good news on Michael's hive. Their super is completely packed out. Let's jump on in and see how they're looking. Wow. It really propels that down. Alright. So this looks like this was brand new this year. And it looks like it's pretty well packed with honey. So we got honey running down the side here. We'll have to be careful with that. Make sure we clean that up. We do not want to start a robbing issue in this yard. Ow. Usually whenever I get stung, it's because I smashed a bee. That's exactly what just happened. So looking down, I can see brood in here. So I see drone larvae. Of course, every time we have an opportunity for drone larvae, open drone brood, we're going to check and make sure we don't have any varroa. So I checked it and I don't see any sign of varroa there. So let's jump on in. A little bit deeper. Oops, I just broke this frame. Well, that's not good. So I'm working on a trap out, I guess is what you call it. So there's some bees that's in a old tree. It's got a hole in it. Somebody I go to church with. I don't usually do removals and trap outs and things, but I was going to help this guy out as opposed to them killing the bees because it's right at their front door. So maybe I'll take this broken frame and use it as a part of the trap out. Yeah, it's in bad shape. Okay, well, that's never fun. Okay, so let me see if I can jump on down to the brood frame. I can see some capped brood here, so let me take this one. Ow! Got it again, another smashed bee. My fault. Not the bee's fault. Okay, so this one, it's got a little bit of capped brood and a lot of pollen on it. Let me show you a lot of bee bread here. So there's your capped honey there. That's all your bee bread there. And then a little bit of capped brood right there. So pretty interesting frame. Check the bearding out on the bottom. Alright, so let's put this one back. These guys are definitely overcrowded. We should have already had a super on this already. It's a good problem to have when you're running out of supers. I'll take that all day long. Yes, I see some eggs in the bottom of this cell. We don't have very good lighting this week. It's kind of overcast and threatening to rain on us, so I don't think it will do very good. I usually try to show a lot of the frames of what I'm seeing, but you really won't be able to see anything unless the sun's overhead. Alright, let me see what I'm going to do about this one, and I'll put it back and we'll move on to the next one. Just whenever you start bragging, you start finding hive beetles. So, see, he's trying to hide from me. Those are hive beetles. That's what we don't like to see. You see, it looks like a bee was trying to harass him. So I saw 2 hive beetles on this inner cover here. So this was Michael's hive. I was just putting it back together and I added a super to it. And I saw the hive beetles. So I just thought I would share that with you. The bees can harass them, but they have a difficult time killing them. So I take care of that for them. Just wanted to show you that real quick. Alright, let's jump on into Brianna's hive. See how her hive is doing this week. I think I need some more smoker fuel. I usually use pine needles for my smoker fuel. It's free. I've got a couple of pine trees around here, and I really just prefer it. Just pack it full of pine needles. I usually get a 5-gallon bucket and just kind of keep it in my truck. I've used grass and other things like that, but they just really stink. And now that I've been using pine needles for so long, all the stuff that you can get from like Man Lake and all the wool or whatever it is just doesn't produce as much smoke as I like. Yeah, lots of bees, lots of beautiful comb in here. Again, same situation, is just totally packed all the way across here with honey. So again, I'm late to add a super, and because I was late, they backfilled everything with honey, as you can see. I just love looking at it whenever it's fresh honey. I know I probably showed this a couple of times in the video, but look how incredible that is. It's nice and clean. They know just when to cap it with the moisture content. Really cool stuff. Just jump in the middle and see what it looks like. Yeah, I'm still seeing just everything packed out with honey. Capped honey all the way across. Okay, so this is another one that we're going to have to get Gonna have to go get some supers so these girls can keep working. Alright, let me put this one together and jump on to the next one. Okay, so this is Savanna's hive, and we need to replace this top box. It's all rotten in the back corner. I never seem to do a good job of that. Preferably I wouldn't be so rough with the removing the top lid, but whenever they propolize it down like that, it really makes it difficult. Oh yeah, so this looks pretty full. Wow, so much propolis on here. So I'll need to add a super here for sure. So it's full all the way across. As you can see, this top box it's got to be replaced next time we come in. Let's just jump in real quick and see how we're looking. The fresh wax. See how white that is? I just think that's so cool looking. So it's completely filled out. It's almost completely capped all the way across here. Jumping down into the brood frame here, or what I would hope to be. It's actually still full of honey. So it's like these guys Maybe I didn't give them a super fast enough and they backfilled almost everything with honey or with nectar. So, it's interesting. I mean, it's just totally full. So let me move this over. And I'll put them back and jump down one frame below here. So I think that once I give them some room with a deep, they will move the honey into the deep. Sorry, into the super out of the deep. Trying to move quickly today because of the rain. It's threatening to rain. Wow. I'm not seeing any issues yet with robbing. There must be enough resources out there still where they're not robbing. Yeah, so I have eggs and larvae all down in here. So that's great. We'll put that together, put this back together, and put us a super back on. And then we'll catch up at the next hive. Alright, so this is Liam's hive. I'm not looking forward to this because this hive has historically been pretty aggressive. The one bee that you see flying around now is not from Liam's hive. That was from a previous hive inspection. But I'm not looking forward to this one because his have been pretty aggressive in the past. And then we got an overcast today. It's threatening to rain. It's pretty early, so it's basically all of the wrong times to be doing a hive inspection. But we gotta do what we gotta do. So, just make sure all our PPE is on, and we'll use extra smoke on them, to be fair. Oh, so many bees in this hive. Okay, so I'm looking down at the super that they have here. They've got 3 or 4 frames filled out, one on this side, and some in the middle are not filled out. So I think I'm going to add him a super, just because I don't know when the next time I'll be able to check this is, and I'd rather be ahead of it, so I don't end up in a similar scenario that I have in the past with either of them splitting on me, or swarming on me, I should say, or backfilling the brood box with honey. So Liam's is looking good. Like I said, I'm just going to add some in here. I'm not going to go too much further with them because it's starting to rain out here, and I definitely don't want to get them too upset. So we put this all back together and jump on to the next one. Alright, this is Alexander's hive. Let's jump in to his hive real quick. See how things are looking here. Completely full. Not seeing any hive beetles. Just checking real quick to make sure I don't see a queen. They're all kind of moving in a strange way here. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't missing something. Wow. These guys are totally packed out. So hopefully I'm not out of supers, but I believe I might be. We usually order more than we think that we'll need because I don't know if you guys are tried to order anything lately. We order most everything through Man Lake or mostly Man Lake. We have not been able to get stuff very easily. When we do get them, there's a long wait typically. So we try to stay ahead of it. But this year, we just underestimated these ladies, I guess. Yeah, it's just packed with honey all the way through here. So probably we didn't add a super. Ow. Got me again. Because I smashed them. My fault, not theirs. Yeah, it's just packed with honey. Let's see if I can get you a shot of this. It's totally packed out with honey. Unbelievable. So, we're definitely going to have to add a super here. The question is, where do we find one? Dakota got smart, and he started painting his supers and his hives LSU colors. So there's no mistaking which ones are his versus which ones are mine. So, alright, let me put this one back together. I thought I saw Hive Beetle. Let me put this one back together and we'll go try to find some honey supers. We need some for sure. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's videos. So we saw a couple of hive beetles today. I think maybe 3 total, 2 in one hive, 1 in another. We did not see any wax moths or any wax moth damage or anything like that. The good news on Williams' hive, we did see some eggs there. Another good thing was on that capture on Clair's hive, so we did see some eggs there, so it's a good capture, a successful capture there. We do need to kind of make a video. I know I keep saying I'm going to do it, but at some point we need to take some time to discuss hive beetle mitigation. So I think that we've just been getting lucky here recently. We really haven't done what we typically do for hive beetle mitigation. So maybe we'll make a video on that coming up. So I was really surprised to see this week on how many of our hives needed another honey super. So I guess things haven't quite slowed down as much as I thought they had. One other thing to remember here is that we're having supply chain issues. So I don't know if you guys are, getting ahead of your needs or your supplies. So learn from my mistake. We used all of our honey supers, and we had to go into even the scrap pile where we have some damaged equipment from the hurricanes. We went back in there and kind of dug through there and found a couple that we can reuse to get us through this year. So we'll be ordering some more honey supers, but I really don't have a lot of hope that they'll come in time. So learn from my mistakes and order ahead of time. So please comment, like, and subscribe to this video. As long as it's fun for us and entertaining for you, we'll keep doing it. Don't forget to look in the comments section. There's a lot of good tips that come from experienced beekeepers, or if I misspeak or something, I'm not a professional beekeeper, don't claim to be. I'm learning just like you guys are. I'm just sharing this experience with you. So thanks for watching. Appreciate you making it all the way to the end.